The sky over Earth changed forever on that day. It started as a strange shadow on the moon. Then the ships came, giant ships, thousands of them. They were black, sharp, and silent. People all over the world looked up in fear. The invaders were not hiding. They wanted to be seen. Every TV, every phone, every screen turned black. Then a message appeared. A tall, cold-looking alien spoke. His skin was silver. His eyes were red like fire. His voice was calm but dangerous. I am Emperor Karl of the Zeroth Empire. You have two choices, bow or be broken. The message played again and again. It was not a question. It was an order. Surrender or die. World leaders quickly met at the United Nations building. Presidents, generals, and scientists were all afraid. This is not the first planet they have taken, one scientist said. They have destroyed many. They leave nothing behind. They are too strong. Their weapons are far beyond us, a general said. Hey, we cannot win. Die. The room was silent. Everyone knew what happened to other planets. Other species bowed. Those who didn't were destroyed. Their cities burned. Their people were turned into slaves. Some leaders wanted to surrender. They wanted to save their people. But then one voice broke the silence. Admiral Sarah Blake stood up. She was not afraid. Her eyes were sharp, her face strong. We looked at all of them. We don't bow, she said. We break things. People in the room were shocked. Some were angry. One president asked, "Do you want to fight them? Are you mad?" No one has ever beaten them. Sarah smiled a little. Maybe no one ever tried hard enough. She left the room and sent one message back to the alien fleet. Come and try. The whole world waited. People watched the skies. Would the aliens attack? Would Earth be destroyed? The answer came fast. The alien emperor sent a smaller ship first. It landed in the middle of New York City. It opened. 10 tall Zoroth soldiers walked out. They were cold, proud, and wore shining black armor. They did not speak. One soldier put up a flag. A black flag with a red mark, a symbol of the Zoroth Empire. It was a warning, but the people of Earth did not run. They stood still. Some were afraid, but many were angry. Suddenly, a young man in the crowd threw a rock. It hit the soldier's helmet. The soldier looked down at him, confused. The young man shouted, "This is our planet. Go home." Others joined. Rocks, bottles, shoes people, threw everything. The soldiers raised their guns. But before they could fire, a drone appeared. It was Earth's drone. It exploded right over them. The Zoroth soldiers were gone. Dust and fire filled the air. The people of Earth had just made their answer clear. The alien emperor was watching. He laughed. You are small. You are weak. You will break. But Sarah Blake heard this. She whispered to herself, let's see who breaks first. The emperor sent his first war fleet. It was huge. Hundreds of ships. They moved fast toward Earth. They were ready to crush everything. But Earth was not sleeping. Sarah Blake and her team had a plan, a dangerous plan. They knew they could not win in a normal fight. The alien ships were too strong, so they would not fight fair. They turned old satellites into weapons. They filled cargo ships with bombs. They used hacked signals to confuse the alien radars. They turned space junk into deadly traps. As the first alien fleet came closer, Earth's hidden weapons began to hit them. Satellites exploded in their path. Cargo ships smashed into alien cruisers and blew them apart. The aliens were surprised. No other species had fought like this. No other species had broken the rules. The aliens lost ships. The aliens lost soldiers. It was not a big victory, but it was the first. Admiral Sarah Blake sent a second message to the Emperor. You came to break us. We came to break you. The Emperor's smile faded. This was not going to be an easy war. It was just the beginning. The war had started. The Zoroth Empire sent more ships to Earth. Big ships. Fast ships. Deadly ships. They were ready to crush the humans like insects. But Earth was ready to. Admiral Sarah Blake worked day and night with her team. She knew human weapons were weak compared to the aliens, but she also knew one thing: humans don't fight fair. The humans used every dirty trick they could find. They turned old satellites into flying bombs. They hacked the alien signals to send fake orders. They used small cargo ships filled with explosives as traps. They even used their own space stations as weapons. When the alien fleet reached Earth's orbit, the first human punch landed. A group of satellites exploded at the perfect time. The alien ships were hit hard. 1, 2, 3. Gone. The aliens were shocked. No other species had ever done this. No one ever dared to fight them like this. But the humans were not done. Human fighter pilots attacked. Their ships were smaller, older, but they flew fast and wild. They didn't care about dying. They only cared about hitting the enemy, the alien. Ships fired their lasers. But the humans dodged and spun like crazy. They flew between the explosions through the fire. One human pilot, Captain Lee, smiled as he flew straight toward an alien cruiser. His ship was on fire. His oxygen was low. But he laughed and said, "Let's break you." He crashed his ship right into the alien engine. Boom. The alien cruiser exploded in pieces. The other humans kept fighting, down on Earth. Sarah Blake watched the battle on her screen. Her hands were tight on the table. Every minute, human ships were lost. But every minute, the aliens were losing more. The aliens started sending ground troops. They landed in small cities thinking they could take them quickly. But the humans were ready. They used old tanks, street traps, homemade bombs. They blocked the roads and used the buildings to hide. Attacked from the shadows, human soldiers fought like devils. They were not just fighting to win, they were fighting to hurt. One soldier, Private Ramos, hid in a building with his small team. When the alien walkers came down the street, they blew up the whole building on top of them. Aliens were crushed. Private Ramos laughed, even as dust and rocks fell around him. He said, "We break buildings too." The alien soldiers sent a report to the Emperor. Humans do not fight like others. Fight without rules. They fight like they have nothing to lose. The Emperor was surprised. He had seen many wars, but never like this. He ordered his commanders to crush the humans quickly. He told them, "Show no mercy. Finish this now." But the humans had already tasted blood. Sarah Blake sent one more message to the aliens. "We will never bow. We will only break you." The alien commanders were now angry. They stopped thinking clearly. They rushed their attacks. They made mistakes, and the humans used every mistake to hit harder. Earth's space was full of broken ships, burning metal and smoke. But the humans were still standing. The aliens thought it would be easy. They thought humans would cry and beg, but humans only laughed and fought harder. The first punch was not the last. It was just the beginning. Suspense builds. Now, the aliens would come back with a bigger fleet. The real war was about to start, and Sarah Blake whispered to herself, "Good, let them come." The Zorith Empire was angry now. Their first fleet had failed. They sent a new fleet, bigger, faster, deadlier. But Admiral Sarah Blake was not afraid. She smiled when she heard the news. "Good. They are bringing more toys for us to break." Sarah knew one thing: humanity cannot win by fighting fair. So, humanity will not fight fair. Humans broke all the rules. Human generals met in secret. They planned things that no other species had dared to try. They built space mines out of garbage. They made virus bombs to crash alien computers. They hacked the alien ships to send false maps and fake orders. They even turned asteroids into weapons. No one in the galaxy fights like this. The Zorith Empire had rules. They followed clean, proper wars. But humans did not care about alien rules. The virus attack the humans launched a secret cyber attack. They sent a computer virus into the alien battle network. The virus was simple. It changed all the alien maps. The aliens thought they were attacking Earth, but they were flying straight into asteroid fields and human traps. Boom. Another alien cruiser exploded. Another battleship crashed into a hidden mine. The aliens were confused. They did not understand how humans were doing this. The human virus kept lying to them. It made alien ships fire at their own allies. The Emperor's commanders panicked. They were losing control. The dirty bombs on the ground human soldiers used. Chemical traps. They set up bombs that burned the air. They used dirty weapons that melted alien armor. The aliens called for help, but help did not come. The virus had cut their signals. Humanity's message was simple. There are no rules in this war. Aliens start to fear humans in secret meetings. The alien generals said, "These humans are not like others. They break the rules. They break their own ships to kill us. They fight like mad animals." Some alien soldiers wanted to leave. Some were scared. They sent messages to the Emperor. They are not fighting to survive. They are fighting to destroy us. The plot twist. Other species are watching. Other alien species across the galaxy started watching the war. Some were slaves of the Zorath Empire. Some were small, weak nations who had already bowed, but now they saw something they had never seen. Humans were fighting back, and humans were winning. They whispered to each other, "Maybe we don't have to bow either. Maybe the humans will break the Empire." Some small alien groups secretly sent help to Earth. They gave human spies secret maps, weapons, and codes. The fire was spreading as the galaxy was watching. The Emperor gets serious. When the Emperor heard this, he became angry. He ordered his top assassin to go to Earth. The assassin's mission: kill Admiral Sarah Blake, cut off the head, break their spirit. The assassin was fast. The assassin was deadly. He had never failed. He smiled and said, "Humans like to break things. Let's see how they break when I kill their leader." But Sarah Blake was not an easy target. Suspense builds. The assassin is coming. The humans did not know the assassin was on the way. They were busy fighting in space, on the ground, and in the shadows, but soon death would come close. The war would no longer be just in the sky. The war was about to come face to face. Sarah Blake's life was in danger. And the assassin was already here. The war was getting bigger. The Zorath Empire sent more ships, more soldiers, more weapons, but the humans kept fighting. They kept breaking the Empire's fleets, one by one. The galaxy was watching now. Other alien species saw the battle. They whispered to each other, "The humans are dangerous. The humans are not afraid. The humans are breaking the Zoroth." Small aliens start to join humanities. Some small alien groups had already bowed to the Zoroth Empire. But now they started to think, maybe we don't have to bow anymore. One small alien race, the Kiroth, sent a secret message to Earth. They said, "We want to help you. We have stolen Zoroth codes and maps." Another alien group, the Vorsk, gave humans old alien weapons. Some alien slaves even started fighting against their Zoroth masters. The galaxy was waking up. The humans were becoming a symbol. The Empire starts to fear. The Zoroth commanders sent a message to the Emperor. The humans are not fighting for survival anymore. They are fighting to break us completely. The Emperor was angry. His empire was starting to look weak. If he could not crush the humans now, others would rise. He sent a message back. "Destroy them. Send everything." The assassin lands on Earth. While the big fleets were fighting in space, the Emperor's secret weapon had already landed on Earth. The assassin was fast. He was silent. He had killed many leaders before. He had never failed. His target, Admiral Sarah Blake. Sarah did not know he was coming. She was always ready. Her team found strange signals. Cameras stopped working. Guards disappeared. Sarah's top security officer, Captain O'Neill, warned her, "Something is wrong. Someone is hunting you." Sarah smiled coldly. "Good, let him come." The close battle, the assassin finally reached Sarah's base. He moved like a shadow. He killed guards without making a sound. He reached Sarah's control room. He pointed his weapon at her. But Sarah was waiting with her own gun. A fast, brutal fight began. Hand to hand, blade against blade.
Ow.
No one else was fast enough to help. Sarah fought like a soldier. The assassin fought like a ghost. They cut, they hit, they crashed into walls. The assassin was strong, but Sarah was fighting for something bigger. She would not bow. She would not die. Finally, she stabbed the assassin through his chest as he fell. He whispered, "You are not like the others. You are worse." Sarah looked down at him and said, "Yes, we are worse." The Emperor is furious. When the Emperor heard his assassin was dead, he roared in anger. He shouted, "I will crush them myself." The Emperor ordered his largest fleet to attack Earth. He sent over 3,000 warships, his strongest generals, best soldiers. This was no longer just a war. This was now personal. Sarah Blake prepared Earth's last defenses. She told her soldiers, "They think they are bringing the final battle. Good. We are ready to break them again." Suspense builds. The final battle is coming. The Zorath fleet was now moving toward Jupiter. The biggest space battle in history was about to begin. The humans had a secret weapon, but no one knew if it would work. The galaxy was watching. Some cheered for the Zorath, but many now hoped the humans would win. The final punch was coming. Sarah Blake was ready to hit harder than ever. The Emperor's best assassin was dead. Sarah Blake had killed him, but the fight left her injured. She had deep cuts on her arms and legs. Her ribs were broken. Her breathing was heavy. Doctors told her to rest, but she refused. There is no time. The real fight is coming. The Zorath's giant fleet is moving. The Emperor sent his biggest fleet. Over 3,000 warships, the largest armada the galaxy had ever seen. Their target, Earth. Their goal, total destruction. The Emperor said, "Crush their ships, burn their cities, break their spirit." Earth prepares for the final battle. Sarah Blake gathered her commanders. Captain O'Neill said, "We don't have enough ships. We can't win a straight fight." Sarah looked at the map and smiled. Then we won't fight straight. We'll break them our way." The humans had one last secret weapon, a dangerous plan. A trap near Jupiter. They had spent weeks building it. Old cargo ships, stolen alien technology, hidden explosives. They called it the Hammer. If it worked, they could destroy the Zorath fleet. If it failed, Earth would fall. The broken leader, Sarah's body, was still weak. She walked slowly, her side hurting with every step. Captain O'Neill said, "You should rest. You are badly hurt." Sarah answered, "I'll rest after we break them." The soldiers looked at her with respect. She was hurt, but she still stood. She still fought. Her pain became her power. Aliens are afraid now across the galaxy. Other species watched. They sent secret messages to Earth. "We will help you. We will send what we can." Some small alien fleets joined the humans, not because they loved humans, but because they hated the Zorath Empire. The galaxy was changing. Humans were no longer just fighters. They had become a symbol. The last message before the battle, as the Zorath fleet entered the Jupiter system. Sarah Blake sent one last message to the Emperor. "You told us to bow or be broken. Now we will break you." 2. The Emperor replied with only 2 words, "Prepare to die." The battle begins. The Zorath ships reach Jupiter. They thought they were ready for every human trick, but they did not know about the Hammer. Humans detonated bombs inside Jupiter's moon. Huge pieces of rock and fire blasted into space. The debris smashed into the Zorath fleet. The Emperor's ships tried to escape, but humans had set traps everywhere. Mines, explosives, hidden guns. The small human ships flew straight into the heart of the enemy. They used speed, surprise, and wild flying. The space around Jupiter became a graveyard. The Emperor's raged. The Emperor watched his ships burn. His strongest generals were dead. His fleets were broken. He screamed in rage, "I will kill her myself." He ordered his flagship to charge, but Sarah Blake was waiting. She had aimed the hammer at his ship. She pressed the button. The hidden explosives launched a giant piece of I.O. straight at the Emperor's flagship. Boom!
Ow.
The Emperor's ship was smashed, but the Emperor survived and escaped in a smaller ship. Suspense builds. The war is not over. The humans had won the battle for Jupiter. But the Emperor was still alive. Sarah Blake looked at the burning ships and said, "We are not finished. Are going to his homeworld. We will finish this war. We'll break him." The soldiers cheered. The galaxy watched in silence. The final part of the war was coming. Humanity was not fighting to survive anymore. Humanity was fighting to destroy the Zorith Empire completely. The sky near Jupiter was full of fire. Ships burned. Explosions shook the dark space. The biggest space battle in human history had begun. The Zorith Empire sent everything. Thousands of warships, powerful weapons, elite soldiers. The Emperor wanted to crush humanity completely. But humans had something else, the will to break everything. "The trap is ready." Admiral Sarah Blake stood in the war room, her body still in pain. She pointed at the screen. "We bring them to Jupiter's moon Io. We make them chase us, and then we drop the hammer." Captain O'Neill nodded. "They won't know what hit them." The humans had placed bombs deep under Io's surface. If they could detonate them at the right time, they would throw the moon's pieces into the enemy fleet. The battle begins. The Zorith fleet arrived fast. They filled space like a black cloud. Fired first, big lasers, plasma beams. The human ships were smaller and fewer, but they were fast and tricky. Human pilots flew through the fire. They dodged. They dropped mines. They hacked enemy signals. The sky became a deadly dance. "Humans fight like devils." Captain Lee, flying the lead fighter, shouted, "Follow me. Let's break them." His squadron flew directly into the enemy's guns. They weaved through explosions. They blasted the weak spots of the alien ships. The Zorith ships fired wildly. They could not catch the humans. They were angry. They chased deeper into the trap. The hammer drop. Sarah Blake gave the final order: detonate Io. Deep under Io's surface, hundreds of bombs exploded. The moon cracked open. Giant pieces of rock flew into space. The broken moon smashed into the Zorith fleet. Thick warships were crushed like paper. Other ships tried to run, but it was too late. Boom. Boom, boom. One by one, the alien ships were destroyed. The Emperor's commanders screamed. They were trapped. They were dying. The Emperor's flagship charges. The Emperor was not finished. His massive flagship broke through the flying rocks. He was furious. He wanted Sarah Blake dead. He wanted Earth burned. His flagship fired at full power. It destroyed human cruisers in one shot. Sarah Blake's ship took heavy damage. Smoke filled her control room. The screens flickered, but she stood strong. "Don't run," she said. "Face him." The final blot. The human fleet focused. All fire on the Emperor's ship. Missiles, lasers, bombs, everything. But the Emperor's shields were strong. Sarah Blake ordered one last move. She sent 3 cargo ships loaded with explosives straight at the Emperor's ship. The alien gunners laughed. They thought they could shoot them down easily. But the human virus was still inside their systems. The virus made the alien guns miss. The cargo ships smashed into the flagship. Boom, boom, boom. A giant explosion broke the Emperor's ship in half. But the Emperor escaped in a small ship. He was wounded but alive. Suspense. It's not over. The humans had won the battle for Jupiter. The Zorith fleet was broken. The Emperor's army was shattered, but Sarah Blake knew the war was not over. "We won the battle," she said. The Emperor escaped. "We are not done until we destroy his homeworld." Her soldiers cheered. The galaxy watched in silence. Some alien species started to rise up against the Empire. The humans had lit a fire that could not be stopped. The final mission was clear: strike the Emperor's homeworld, end the war, break the Empire forever. The battle for Jupiter was over. The Zorith fleet was broken. The Emperor was still alive. Admiral Sarah Blake looked at the burning sky and said, "We will not stop now. We are going to his homeworld. We will break him." A suicide mission. The Emperor's homeworld, Zorath Prime, was far away. It was deep inside enemy space. The planet had the strongest shields in the galaxy. It had powerful guns that could destroy fleets. No one had ever attacked it. No one ever dared. But Sarah Blake said, "We will dare. We will attack. We will finish." This, her team called it a suicide mission. Even her own soldiers thought it was impossible. But Sarah looked them in the eyes and said, "Impossible means nothing to us." The secret codes, the small alien groups who had joined humans, gave Sarah something special. Stolen shield codes the Emperor's old slaves had given the humans. The key to unlock the planet's defense. Sarah's plan was clear. Hack the shields. Break into the planet. Strike the Emperor's palace. The journey into enemy space. The human fleet was small now. But they were fast and ready to die. They flew through dangerous areas. They dodged patrols and traps. They hacked gates and used stolen maps. Some of their alien allies sent backup. Small groups of rebel ships joined them. The galaxy was now on fire. More species were rising. The humans had started a revolution. The final invasion, the humans reached Zorath Prime. The planet was ready for them. Giant guns fired from the surface. Alien fighters swarmed the sky. But Sarah's fleet hacked the shields using the stolen codes. For a few minutes, the shields dropped. That was enough. The human ships stormed the sky. They blasted through defenses. The final battle had begun. The ground war. Sarah Blake landed with her strike team. They fought in the streets. They fought in the Emperor's golden halls. They used every weapon, every trick. The alien soldiers were strong, but they were afraid. They had never seen soldiers like humans. Humans did not run. Humans did not beg. Humans fought like fire. Sarah's soldiers pushed toward the palace gates, face to face with the Emperor inside the throne room. Sarah finally faced the Emperor. He was tall, powerful, and full of hate. But he was also wounded. Sarah pointed her gun at him. "It's over," she said. "Or be broken." The Emperor laughed. "I will never bow to humans." Sarah stepped closer. "You should have, because now I will break everything you love." They fought, hand to hand, blade to blade. The Emperor was strong, but Sarah was stronger. She was fighting for all of Earth. She was fighting for every planet the Empire had crushed. Finally, she stabbed the Emperor through the heart. He fell to his knees. He whispered, "What are you?" Sarah answered, "We are what you made us. We are your end." The Empire collapses. When the Emperor died, his armies broke apart. His generals surrendered. His slaves rebelled. The Empire collapsed in days. Across the galaxy, the humans were now legends. Suspense. A bigger threat watches Sarah Blake return to Earth. She looked at the stars and said, "We told them. Bow or be broken. We chose to. Break everything." But far away, something else was watching. Something older. Something bigger. A new war might be coming. The Zorath Empire was gone. Its fleets were destroyed. Its armies had surrendered. Slaves had risen. Humanity had won. The war, but Earth was not the same. Millions had died. Cities were gone. The planet had scars, but the humans stood tall. They had not bowed. They had broken everything. Sarah Blake, the human legend Admiral Sarah Blake, became a legend. Her name was spoken across the galaxy. Some called her a hero. Some called her a monster, but everyone knew her name. She stood in front of the United Nations. The whole world watched her. The galaxy listened. She said only one thing. "We told them, bow or be broken." We chose to break everything. The people cheered. Deep inside, Sarah knew the war had changed them. Humans had become something new, something dangerous, something powerful. The galaxy fears humanity. Other alien species were now afraid of humans. Even the free worlds, even the new allies. They respected the humans, but they feared them. They had seen what happens when humans get angry. They had seen what happens when humans choose to fight. Some said the Zorath Empire is gone, but the humans? The humans will break anyone who tries to chain them again. Sarah Blake's choice. Sarah returned to her command ship. She was tired. She was scarred. Captain O'Neill asked her, "The war is over.
What will you do now?"
Sarah looked at the stars and said, "We will rebuild, but we will never bow." Not to anyone. O'Neill smiled. What if someone else comes? Answered softly. Let them come. A new enemy is watching far away, beyond known space. Something else was watching the war. It was old. It was powerful. It was waiting. It had seen what the humans had done. It had seen how humans fight. A deep voice whispered in the dark. Interesting. They break their enemies. They break the rules. They even break themselves. Perhaps they are ready for us. The screen fades to black. The story ends. For now.